Good, everybody. MidMorningSol back at it again with another video for Piofiore Faded Memories playthrough, y'all. We are just about to do Dante's good ending, but yesterday, child, we got Dante's best ending, and the boy done did the best declaration of love out of everyone so far. He managed to propose to Lily. And yeah, I was freaking out a little bit. I was being behaved though. I didn't freak out too bad. But yeah, the only dude so far that hypothetically put a ring on it. Alright, so that was the best ending we got. So now we're going to go for the good ending, which that's why I like this feature, y'all. We are going to do chapter 8 good, but we're gonna go low and continue. So folks, I'm gonna skip repeat dialogue and see you at the first choice. Alright, y'all, so we pretty much skipped majority of chapter 8. And this is new dialogue. So in case you're wondering, this is where we found out that Lan is trying to kill Dante because he was responsible for Faye's death, and she took Lee's drugs, unfortunately, so she's out of her mind. She acts really calm for someone who lost her brother, her twin brother. Like I said before, like, if these two in any other route got a hangnail, they'd freak out over one another. Dante drew his gun as Lan laughed madly. Then she charged at him. For fear of losing Dante, I had to keep myself from screaming as I watched on. Girl, I don't know how you could do it. I'd be screaming all up and down the damn street. But that's just me. But then, I heard footsteps behind me and turned around. Oh shit. Ah! Who are you? Didn't you think I'm gonna pipe down when you try to fucking kidnap me? A man snuck up from behind, attempted to capture me. He had hidden from us using Lan as a distraction. Oof. Come on, man. You had to expect that. Dante's bullet... Ooh. Okay, let me read it. Dante's bullet pierced the Lao Shu's head as he fell backward onto the ground. Oh! Ooh. Oh, gosh. His blood and brains splattered across the ground, and I mustered the strength to look up at Dante. No, Lan! Fuck off. Oh my god. Oh, please don't die from this. Dante twisted his body to dodge Lan's blow. What the hell? Dante kicked Lan away to create distance. His powerful kick set the young girl flying back, but... Uh-oh, please tell me you didn't get hit from that. She fell onto the bystanders who had made his escape. Ah, shit, she's gonna use him as a hostage. Oh! Oh, Lan, that's stone cold. Lan's weapon mercilessly plunged through the young man's body. Yikes. Lan angrily kicked the man, then pulled her weapon from his body. The young man laid on the ground with blood seeping out of his body. Lan jumped to the side to avoid the bullets. She then let out an irritated laugh. Says a little drugged up bitch. You killed an innocent bystander. You're a coward. Yep. She closed in and swung her blade toward his neck. Dante braced himself at her charge. Why is he standing still? I don't know, maybe he's trying to look cool, but now ain't the time. You better do something that's sure-fired, no pun intended. He stood his ground, staring at Lan. Then he pulled the trigger, just as her blade was about to connect. It had to be done. Again. Maybe she wasn't expecting it. The bullet struck Lan at close range and blew her back from the impact. Damn! That's a magnum, so it's to be expected, I guess. The incoming blade flew away from Dante. Yeah, I have nothing right now, y'all. And just like that, her body was still. At the sight of her dead body, I came to my senses and ran to the injured young man. Ain't he dead? I can't stop his bleeding. Dante and I tried our best to save him. Yeah, once, like back then, or even, doesn't really matter now. But like, if you got something impaled in your chest or whatever, you got a slim to none chance of survival, so. But it was all over. With what just happened, we rushed back to the hotel without saying a single word. Dante. I could tell Dante was putting up a front. He couldn't hide his disappointment. I just might almost cut him off, but I let him get the butt out. Dante was vexed over the fact that his decision cost the life of a civilian. He wouldn't express his sorrow, but he would probably He wouldn't express his sorrow, but he would probably continue to live on in repentance. There was nothing I could say to console him, and the night quietly shrouded us. Damn. That sullens the mood. Cooperazione. Alright, here we go. Good ending. The day after we came back from the church, Leo came to deliver to us a stack of books.
俺はよくわからなかったんで、シスターたちに聞いて。遺跡とか教国の教えに関係するような本をとにかくたくさん集めてもらいました。
This is great. Thank you, Leo. As Dante said, it was best that we avoid spending too much time at the church. We were able to continue our search now with Leo's help.
シスターソフィアがくれぐれも無理はしないように伝えてくれって。自分の方でも少し調べてみるからって言ってました。それからこれ、ジュリアからの差し入れで、中はパニーニだそうです。
Bruh, panini. Let's go. Oh, thank you so much. While the hotel's room service was top-notch, Julia's cooking was what I really wanted.
ご苦労だった、レオ。
また何かあればいつでも言ってください。新しい本が必要になったらすぐ用意します。
Leo gave a bright smile, then quickly left the hotel to tend to his other duties. I shifted through the stack of old tomes with Dante. I hope there's something in here that we can use.
これは美味しいパスタのコツ？筆跡には関係ないな。
Shit, homemade pasta is a miracle. I could never do it, so I guess it's subjective depending on what you think a miracle is. Some people can't cook, so I wouldn't be surprised if some other books got slipped in inadvertently. Oh, look, this one is Pinocchio. I haven't read this in ages. You brought me a copy back at the manor, remember?
そんなこともあったな。
Oh, that blush says otherwise, sweetheart. Dante blushed, looking down and away from me as he tossed the cookbook onto the floor.
あの時はお前の好きなものなんて全然わからなかったから。とにかくいろいろなジャンルを揃えようと手当たり次第に集めさせたんだ。本だけじゃない。他にも何を送ればいいかちっともわからなかった。
Dante looked up, smiling shyly.
教会で生活するお前をファルツォーネはずっと見守ってきたが、お前が好きなものもどうすれば喜ぶのかも俺は全然知らなかったんだ。
Hearing Dante speak honestly with me like this filled me with such emotion. It's not what you gave me. It's the thought that counted, Dante. It made me feel better to see you care for me, especially with the way things were back then. Of course, there are things I'm worried about now, but I think things are different from before. Dante looked straight at me. I couldn't take my eyes off of him.
俺もきっと同じ気持ちだ。お前がそばにいてくれる。だから不安でも前を向いていられるんだ。
Dante. Being able to hear this thoughts like this. Whatever. Being able to hear his thoughts like this made me so happy. It showed how much trust we placed in each other, how much we believed in each other.
Lily.
The warmth of his hands on mine filled my heart. Ah. Uh-oh. Lie. What's good, Nicola? I let out a sigh reading the morning paper that was delivered to the Visconti.
ひどいな。
I frowned. There were articles written containing allegations against the Falzone over a number of incidents.
賭博に窃盗、詐欺に強姦だって。どれも誇りに反するものばかりだ。
Damn. I mean, gambling. Man, y'all fuck off with the gambling is a fucking crime. What the fuck? The other three, yeah, they're bad, but gambling.
ファルツォーネがダンテがこんな真似をするはずはない。
I threw the newspaper onto the table with frustration. Alright, the next one. Tooth comb. Oh, Yang, what do you want? I squinted as I swirled the Shaoxing wine in my glass.
フェイに続きランもいなくなったか。櫛の葉が欠けるようにラオ州の駒が減る。
Now you care? Usually you would be quick to want to throw them away like yesterday's garbage. Now you're concerned?
こうして追い詰められるのも悪くはない。たやすい戦いなどその意味を持たん。
I looked at my empty glass inside.
いればうるさいが、いなければいないで無料に過ぎるな。
I guess that's his way of feeling some sort of way. Although he would eventually let go, I wanted to appreciate the sight of him in front of me now. The time we spent together was invaluable to me. A few days passed as we searched through the church's books for clues. Is this repeating? No. And still, we hadn't found anything of use.
ファルツォーネがこんな真似をするはずがないだろう。
Dante threw the newspaper Leo brought down on the table in anger. I couldn't find the right words to console him. The newspaper was continuing to write derogatory articles about the Falzone. The family was being falsely accused of a multitude of crimes in the region.
いつも優しかった商店のおばちゃんも俺を見ると嫌な顔するんですよね。
What? That old bitch. Who wouldn't want to say hi to Leo's old cutie patootie ass? What's wrong with you?
目の前でクローズの札を出されたりして買い物もろくにできなくて。
Wow. Leo had been bringing us newspapers and goods since the beginnings. But I'd never seen him this sad before.
湿っぽくなっちゃいましたよね。すみません。でも、その。
どうした？まだ何かあるのか？
ニコラが何か企んでるかもしれません。
So, if he's picking up Nicola's absence, because remember Leo in Nicola's route, as well as the other endings, he doesn't know what Nicola's done. Like a lot of the Falzone members don't know what Nicola's done. So let's see. Nicola.
裏切りのことを知らない構成員に声をかけてねぎらったりしてるみたいです。
Oh, he does know.
多分会話からファルツォーネの内情を探ろうとしてるんじゃないかと。あの人は重要な存在でした。裏切りを公にすればファミリーには大きな動揺が走ると思います。
Okay, it's interesting that Leo knows because he was like one of the few who did not know.
だからカポは内部にも伏せてるんですよね。だけどいつまでもそういうわけには。
分かった。対策を講じる。
よろしくお願いします。じゃあ俺はこれで失礼しますね。
Leo bowed his head a bit reluctantly before leaving the room. Dante, he hasn't told everyone about Nicola's betrayal. Dante, how about a cup of coffee?
ああ、頼む。
Well, damn it, that music's still going on, so we ain't got to the bottom of shit. Dante wasn't speaking much. It seemed like he was in pain. course he was in pain. Why wouldn't he be? Yeah, that's a little weird there. Extra open parentheses. Okay, Aksys, I see you. Once Dante announced Nicola's betrayal, Nicola would never be able to step foot in the Falzone manor again. Nicola would lose the place he called home. Dante must still believe in him. He wants to believe in him. Even if he did have to remove Nicola from the family. Given their relationship, the decision couldn't possibly be made lightly. I better not say too much about it. After serving Dante some coffee, I began combing through the new pile of books Leo brought. Just as the sun was about to set, Dante suddenly spoke my name. What is it, Dante? Did you find something?
レオが持ってきた本の中にファルツォーネの屋敷にもある本が紛れていた。
You mean like the Pinocchio storybook?
ああ、同じ本が教会と屋敷のそれぞれに存在すること自体は特に問題じゃない。だが、俺がファルツォーネで目を通したものと本の内容が違っているようなんだ。
Different? What do you mean? Meaning like it's not actually Pinocchio, it's probably what you're looking for.
大半は同じだ。だが、見覚えのない文章が散見された。
You remember everything you've read? That's pretty amazing, Dante. Dante looked down at the book and replied somewhat reluctantly.
これは特別だ。この本はブルローネの郷土史をまとめたものであり、編纂者の名前はアルベルト・ファルツォーネ。
Oh.
ファルツォーネの5代前の当主が残した本だ。俺は幼い頃から父の言いつけで何度となくこの本に目を通してきた。完璧にそらんじられるほどというわけじゃないが、大体の内容は覚えている。
Dante handed me the book and I began flipping through its pages. I don't think I've ever read this before.
おそらく一般的に流通しているものじゃない。
Now that he mentioned it, the dimensions of the book seem different from the normal books you'd find in shops.
教会とファルツォーネは古くからつながりがある。だから教会に現存しているのは理解できるが、その中身が違うというのは。
What's different about it?
さっきも言ったように大体は同じだ。だが最後の章の内容が少し違う気がする。
The last chapter.
ああ、最終章はこの地にまつわる神託について述べられている。しかし書かれている内容は当たり障りのないものでしかない。特に重要な情報が記されているわけじゃないし、秘密が隠されているわけでもなさそうだ。
Many who lived in Berlone were at least aware of the oracle.
しかし双方の本はその記述が異なっている。
You mean the way it's worded is different? Dante nodded in response.
少なくとも俺の記憶とはかなり読み口が違う。こちらはより難解というか、文章が読みにくい。
Maybe the one you had was rewritten to be easier to understand?
そうかもしれない。だがそれならなぜ後になって書き直したのか。
Let me read this afterwards. Messenger. Uh-oh, who's at the church? Orlock.
Yeah, buonasera.
Orlock. He got did so dirty in the best ending though.
気づかなかった。いつからそこに。 俺が声をかけられるまで気づかないなんて。
Hey, you don't know who he is?
この人は一体。
Yeah, that's interesting. Because in Orlok's route, he knows who he is. And I think in a side story, if it was Nicola's or not, I'm not sure. But Orlok know who he is. I guess like I forget when did Emilio introduce himself formally to Orlok.
この服装、もしかして峡谷の。
はじめまして、オルロック。僕はエミリオ。ヨゼフからよく君の話を聞いていたよ。君に教えなければならないことがある。もっとも、信じる信じないは君の自由だ。僕はどちらでも構わない。
なんだろう、この雰囲気は。
His presence was like oh my god, Sasha, come on, read it right. His presence was unlike anything I've ever encountered before. He had an aura so divine that, before even realizing it, I was kneeling in front of him. Wow. Could we compare the book you read before with this one? Maybe it might reveal something that we're looking for.
そうだな。一度屋敷に戻ってみよう。今はどんなに小さいことでも追求すべきだ。
We decide to end our search for the day and rest in preparation for tomorrow. The following day, we return to the manor to look for the book we discussed.
ほら、待てってば。
Uh-oh. Oh, Carlo. Yikes! Carlo playfully jumped headfirst into the folds of my skirt. I carefully picked him up into my arms.
すみません。洗ってやろうとしてたら逃げ出して。で、お帰りなさい。
Baby, you tried to give a cat a bath? Ugh, good luck with that. Surprised you're not all scratched up and fucked up.
今日はどうしたんですか？
用を済ませたらまたすぐ宿に帰る。お前は自分の仕事に戻っていい。
じゃあ失礼して。
Leo extended his hands to me, beckoning Carlo into them. Thank you for taking care of him, Leo.
ほら、暴れるなよ。大丈夫だって。入っちまえば気持ちいいから。
Ciao, you finna get fucked up. I promise you, cats do not like water. Well, majority of cats do not like water. There's very few, and if you get that type of cat, you have been blessed. Oh my gosh, there's so many meanwhiles encounter. I think this might be a repeat.
一体どうして何を考えて
I continued on my way, confused at what was happening. What are you doing? What? Warlock, why would you do that? That is such a dickish move. Suddenly, a young man turned the corner and knocked the groceries out of my arms.
あ、ごめんなさい。
Oh,
立てる？
I thought he did that on purpose.
あなたこそ大丈夫ですか？
大丈夫。
The young man picked up the fallen bags. Among them was a white envelope.
グラッツェ、シニョーレ。
I hurriedly took Damn, Julia could take off too. God, everybody's like... I hurriedly took the envelope and groceries and hurried back to the manor. Interesting. I smiled, seeing Leo running back to finish giving Carlo a bath. The music just cut off. What the fuck? Dante and I looked at each other and nodded before heading to his office. We were in Dante's office where he unlocked a drawer to reveal an old book. Ooh. It looks the same. Even the cover is the same. We quickly turned to the last chapter. The content didn't seem much different, but the wording certainly was. It's just as you said. But why on earth would they be different? Dante was thinking in silence. I tried to look for clues in the differences. Dante? Why isn't this book a part of the library here? The fact that it was locked away seems strange to me.
なぜ理由は考えたこともなかったな。先代の時から本はここに保管されていた。俺が読む時も常に父の手でここから渡されていたし。入れ。
The door opened slowly, and in the doorway appeared Julia. For some reason, her complexion was pale.
どうした？何かあったのか？
坊ちゃん、実は。
It was unusual for Julia to be acting like this. She spoke in a hesitant way.
たった今、買い物から帰ってくるところで、私を呼び止めたんです。ニコラ坊ちゃんが。
What? Nicola?
ニコラ坊ちゃんが今どうしているのか何も聞けませんでした。ただこの封筒を渡されて。
Now we know what happened with how that envelope got here.
ダンテ坊ちゃんが屋敷に戻っているはずだ。必ずこれを渡してほしいと言われました。
Well, no. The envelope was addressed to Lily in the bad ending. So now he addressed it to Dante, which is interesting.
必ずダンテ坊ちゃんご本人に渡すようにと念を押すようにおっしゃって。
わかった。
Dante nodded, at which Julia bowed and quietly took her leave. Dante carefully opened the envelope. What? Inside the envelope was a letter and a single card. The card had a number of holes in it. Oh, it's one of these. That's a strange looking card. Dante held the card in his hand and thought to himself in silence.
まさか。
You put the card to the envelope and... I mean, not the envelope, the card to the letter, and then you see what the hell he's really trying to say. As if something had dawned on him, he turned the card and set it flush against the book. Oh, the book, whatever. The card fit the width of the book perfectly. Dante?
これはおそらくこの本に隠されている暗号を解読するための鍵だ。カルダングリルという暗号の手法がある。
Oh, there's a name for it. Well, there's a name for everything. Oh, good to know. Card and grill.
カードを文章に重ねて穴から見えている文字だけを読むんだ。やってみよう。
Dante quickly turned to a page to see how the card worked. There's nothing in particular here.
そうだな。だがこれはおそらく。
Dante turned to the final chapter and placed the card on top of the page. It says something. The words that could be seen through the holes made a sentence.
教会にあった本もここに出してくれ。
Just a moment. We used the card to find the hidden messages in both books. Their chapters were worded differently, and now we could see that they contain separate messages. This would explain why they were worded so differently.
少し時間をくれ。2冊を見比べながら暗号を解読してみる。
He carefully turned each page to read what the card revealed.
そういうことだったのか。
What does it say? I leaned in involuntarily, and Dante answered me with a hint of excitement.
ファルツォーネの屋敷で保管されていた本に隠されていたのが前半の文章だ。教会にあった本に隠されていたのが後半。2つをつなげて初めて1つの文章になる。
So what was hidden wouldn't have been clear without both books? What does it say?
書かれていたのは生異物のもたらす奇跡と生異物の封印を解くための儀式について。
That's amazing. You did it. We know what it is, but okay. It was exactly the information we were looking for.
生異物のもたらす奇跡は怪我や病気などの治癒とされている。真偽は不明だが、かのローマ皇帝の病も癒したとか。奇跡の例として皇帝は自らの土地を分け与え、そこが現在の教国になったと記されていた。
So what about the ritual, girl? For some reason, Dante looked hesitant. Dante?
いや、儀式については分かった。
Damn, they was raunchy as fuck in the 1920s. Oof. They weren't called the roaring 20s for nothing.